Hola, ¿cómo están? Vamos a estudiar aquí relative pronouns and adverbs, ¿no? And formal and nosotros commands, mandatos de nosotros y formal, ¿no? Con mandatos formales, adverbios y pronombres relativos. Now, if I say relative pronouns, it sounds kind of complicated, but it is something you, this relative pronouns is something you use all the time in English. Okay, vamos a ver ejemplos, ¿no? And I'm going to give you some translation too, so you can understand better. Okay, María tiene un carro eléctrico. María tiene un carro eléctrico. El carro no consume gasolina. Maria has an electric car, no? E-car. El carro no consume gasolina. The car doesn't consume gasoline. No? The car doesn't consume gasoline. Now, how do you combine these two sentences? En otras palabras, ¿cómo se dice? Maria has an electric car that doesn't consume gasoline. This is how you say. María tiene un carro eléctrico que no consume gasolina. So Maria has a electric car that doesn't consume gasoline. Okay, in case of English, you say that, but in case of Spanish, we put this que without accent. Ok, vamos a ver otro ejemplo. Este es el tren. El tren va a Madrid. This is the train. The train goes to Madrid. Entonces, ¿cómo se dice? This is the train that goes to Madrid. Así, ¿no? Este es el tren que va a Madrid. This is a train that goes to Madrid. Okay. But I have some more examples, but time is limited, so let's go to next step. Okay, vamos a ver la otra etapa. Now, if relative pronoun refers to people, we use this quien. And usually comes with, actually not always, okay, but usually it comes with prepositions like a, con, de, para, por, en. Por ejemplo, esta es la señora. This is the lady. Le debes dar el boleto a la señora. I should give the ticket to the lady. So how do you combine this? Okay. Esta es la señora a quien le debes dar el boleto. Now let's translate this. Okay, vamos a traducir. This is the lady to whom you should give the ticket. Now I know you guys never say this way, but this is the way they say. We just never, okay, leave the proposition at the end, unlike English. Now English, you can say like, this is a lady I'm going to give I'm going to give the ticket to, no? Or this is a lady I'm going to a concert with. No, you leave this with or to at the end, but we just never say it. We never do that. This is a lady to whom you should give the ticket. We always put this proposition before relative pronoun. Vamos a ver. Matilda es mi amiga. Paso mucho tiempo con Matilda. Matilda is my friend. I spend a lot of time with Matilda. No? How do you combine these two? Matilda es mi amiga con quien paso mucho tiempo. No? Matilda is my friend with whom I spend a lot of time. Again, you don't say this way. No? In English, you probably say, she's the friend I spend a lot of time with. You leave with proposition at the end. But in Spanish, we just never say that. No? This is the way we say. Matilda es mi amiga con quien paso mucho tiempo. If I translate directly, Matilda es mi amiga. Matilda is my friend with whom I spend a lot of time. Okay, vamos a hacer un poco de ejercicio. Now this is a type of question you have to answer on the exam or quiz, but I'm gonna give you a little bit of tip, okay? Now you have to be able to read all of them. This is an online class, so you can use dictionary, to read each sentence. But Matilda es la amiga con paso mucho tiempo los fines de semana. Matilda is a friend with I spend a lot of time los fines de semana, weekend, no? So which one do you put? Que or quien or quienes? This is gonna be quien, no? First of all, it refers to person, right? But I'm going to give a better explanation here. Actually, con, or if you see proposition like con, here con, no? Con. It's not always con. For this exercise, just by coincidence, it can be hour, day, or something. But it's gonna be quien or quienes. Okay. Now here con quien. Why not quienes? Because Matilda es la amiga. Con quien. It's singular, right? If this is two persons, you have to put quienes. But it's just one person, so it's going to be quien. Now, if you don't see any proposition, it's going to be que. El fin de semana pasado decidimos visitar a una amiga que vive en Ciudad Este. Nos encontramos en la estación autobuses que está en centro. Yeah, so if you don't see any proposition, you're gonna put que. But exception is this one. If you see comma like this, okay, it can be, it's not gonna be que. I can't really explain why, but after this comma like this, generally you don't see que. Now let's translate this, okay? El autobús estaba lleno y tuve que sentarme al lado de una señora. Viajaba con su hijo. Lloró todo el viaje. The bus was full and I had to sit beside a lady. Okay. Viajaba con su hijo. This is going to be que because you don't see any proposition. But here there's a comma. and it refers to people, no? Then it's gonna be quién. Okay? Let's translate. The bus was full, and I had to sit down beside the lady who traveled with her son, who cried totally all the time, all the trip. So if you see comma like this, it can be quién, if it refers to person, okay? So here it's not going to be K. You don't see any proposition, but if you see comma, okay, it can be quién, quiénes, if it refers to person. Maybe one more. Cuando llegamos a la casa, Teresa y Daniela, las chicas con vive Pilar. When we arrived to the house, Teresa and Daniela, the girls with whom, okay, vive Pilar. Pilar lives. Which one do you put? This one is going to be quiénes. No, why quiénes? It's because two people. No, Teresa y Daniela. So it's going to be quiénes. Okay, again, this video shouldn't be too long, so okay, let's go next. Now, but this is next one. I'm going to take less time because it's going to be just a memorization. Yeah, formal commands. Do it. Now we are going to cover informal commands, okay, later. But for now, it's going to be formal commands. Okay. Por ejemplo, venir, vengo. Now what you have to do is you have to know the yo present tense, which we covered in 101. No? Yo vengo. Then get rid of the last letter and put opposite vowel. Opposite vowel. What do I mean by opposite vowel? If it's IR or ER, you have to put A, no? If not, you have to put, if it's AR verb, you have to put E, okay? We are going to see later. Yo vengo, venga. No? So if you want to say in a formal conversation, okay, when you talk to your boss, when you are talking to somebody you don't know very well, then you say venga, no? Come, venga, come. No? Venga por favor, no? Come here, please. Traer, vamos a ver. Yo traigo. No? So you have to remember, okay, what's yo, okay, and present tense. Traigo, you get rid of the last letter and then put opposite vowel. Traiga, bring. No? Traiga teléfono, bring the phone. Traiga to bolsa, bring your bag. Now, pensar, no? To think. This is AR verb, not ER and IR. Then, but same thing. You have to know your present tense and get rid of last letter and put e. Piense. Cerrar, cierro. Cierre. Dormir, yo duermo. Duerma. Again, this is IR. So you put a. Duerma. Poner. Ponga. Servir. Sirva. Conocer. Conozca. Okay. So I put a lot of example here. So I want you to look at these examples too. Okay, but let's go over the irregular ones. Now there are some irregular ones that give de, estar, este, sea, sepa, vaya, llegue. These are just irregulars, so you just have to know it, but basic rule is kind of same. If it's AR verb, you see E at the end. No? Estar, este. But if it's ER and IR verb, okay, you see E, no? Sorry, you see A. No? Ser, sea, sepa, saber, sepa, ir, vaya. But if it's AR verb, you see E at the end. But basically, these are irregular ones, so you have to know. You just have to memorize. Now, what happens if you want to talk to more than one person? For example, if we want to tell just one person, please come, venga. But let's say you are talking to a bunch of people, 2 or 3 or 4 people, then what do? Vengan, just put N. Salga, salgan. Vaya, vayan. Tenga, tengan. No lo haga, no lo hagan. Okay, so this is it. Now, okay, excuse me, I have to finish. This video shouldn't be too long, but I know this is not easy part either. Okay, so please just send me email. Okay, if you have any question, vale. Okay, adiós, hasta luego.